Casting broad the prod. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Bit more projection, man. Bit more projection.
No, I'm trying to do it in hushed tones like Susie Cato. Casting broad the podcast. It's your favourite show. Last week we did inventions. This week we're doing kids.
With Tom and Matt.
Yay!
Hey, I'm Matt.
I'm Tom.
And this is Casting Broad. Thanks for tuning in to the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
This week's episode, as mentioned, is going to be about kids.
All about the kids.
But first of all, it is that time of the week, the irregular feature, the corrections and apologies.
Yep, Department of Corrections.
Mm-hmm, that's right. I have an apology to make.
Well, you better make it.
Yeah, up until now, it's just been you, really, who with the apologies, but it's my turn
And
this
I
week.
don't have one this week.
With all of my research, I really thought there was nothing I was going to fuck up last week. But,
what did you say?
well, Tom, we spent I would say 5 minutes making fun of the Shiwi.
Yeah.
The invention that was brought into the Dragon's Den and then laughed out, which ended up going on to be a success. And I said that it was a voluntary colostomy bag. I said that it was a bag that you attach to yourself and pee into when you're too busy.
And
no,
not?
that was not what the invention was. That was not the premise that we made fun of for
Oh, no.
all those minutes. No, the Shiwi is actually a plastic sort of tube-like device that a woman inserts into her vagine so that she can so that she can pee standing up.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known about that.
After all that time, it was a good invention.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they even
Didn't realize that's not silly.
They do like on Orange is the New Black, one of the characters.
Oh, really?
Poos. It's French. That's her name. She uses a Shiwi.
Is it like product placement, do you think? Like kind of sneaky getting the Shiwi in Orange is the New Black?
Possibly. Maybe. She does like a real crude version of one, though. She just like steals a funnel and a hose. And it's to guard the hooch that she's making out in the yard.
I don't imagine they would have paid for that.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Imagine that, though, that would be a weird pitch. And then, when she needs to go take a piss, she pulls out of a little duffel bag the Shiwi .0 model fucking thing.
So the Shiwi, this one's selling.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's...
It does sound way better than the one you pitched.
Yeah, it does a little bit. It's not. I mean, it's not like the new iPhone or anything.
Yeah, because yours was that some people were too busy to take the time to do a little bit of weights.
Yes, they just kind of, as I said, attach a colostomy bag to themselves and urinate into a bag. Which would have been a bit sillier, I guess. But the Shiwi's a good idea. That's, I mean, I'm sure many women want a penis, basically.
Is that what you think it is?
Is that the one? No, that is the one thing that if girls are talking to you about what they envy in a guy, one thing they always bring up is I can't piss whenever I like.
Yeah, peeing outside, but they can, just not as freely, and not like off a cliff, say.
No, unless they're really going and doing something dangerous. Unless they have a Shiwi.
Yep.
This podcast is brought to you by the Shiwi.
I think we might as well claim that now as an official sponsor.
That's right. Do it every week.
Yep.
That's that time again.
The Kiwi Shiwi. You could even have one that's like shaped like a kiwi's beak. The Kiwi Shiwi.
Oh, that would be good. Like a New Zealand theme.
Like
Shiwi.
a real refined little end to it, so you get really accurate wheeze.
The She Kiwi. I like it. I like it.
Spitballing.
Okay, so apologies to the Shiwi people for bad mouthing your excellent product.
Yep.
On non-complete information last week.
So that is Department of Corrections.
Yep.
Finished? Now let's start this week.
Because this week we're not talking about plastic tubes that you shove into your vagine. We're talking about children.
Hey, Matthew.
Yes.
Did you know that the children are the future?
I believe I have heard that. Although I would say that old people are the future because we're all going to be them someday.
Oh, okay.
It's another way of looking at it.
Right on its head.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's all we got time for this week. That's our show.
Did you have something to jump off on that?
No, not at all.
No? Okay, all right. Children of the future.
Not at all.
I was just thinking, man, children, I know like everybody says, your best times in your life are when you're a child.
Definitely not true.
Not true at all. You don't have any independence.
Yeah, anyone who's saying that is just romanticising the entire period.
Exactly.
Being a child is terrifying. You can't reach things. You're scared constantly. It's just a lot of the time you don't remember that.
You need permission for everything.
Going toilet?
Yeah.
You can't just go and take a piss.
If I want to go and have a beer with Tom, I just fucking go. I don't ask anybody for permission.
Just make that decision, eh?
Yeah. You just go and do it. Jump into a car. Children can't drive.
Yeah, man. And it's like I was at the film festival was on last month. Went to see The Red Turtle. Quickly plug that because it's a good film. Check it out if you want to.
What's it about,
Listen to it. It's like a fable, a Japanese anime film. It's 80 minutes long, no dialogue, but just drawn beautifully. Really nice, simple storytelling about this guy who's stuck on an island and this red turtle keeps keeping him there. But that aside, before the movie, disaster struck. This is kid-related.
Okay.
About how children are terrified all the time.
Okay.
I went to the toilet. There's individual stools, and this wee boy was walking out of one. Mm-hmm. I did like a little, hey man.
Why were you speaking to the kid?
I don't know. I talk to strangers.
In the toilet, you just say, hey, kid.
Not in the toilet, like outside. This is outside of the toilet.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Like, he had left one of the toilets, so like little individual stools.
I mean, it's better, but okay,
yeah,
go
so I was
on.
like, hey buddy, and he said nothing. He was scared, because most people don't talk to strange children. And then I kept walking, and I opened up a toilet door. Lo and behold, his sister was in there shitting.
Ugh.
Now, he had all the time in the world to say, don't go in there.
On the floor?
No, like she was on a toilet, but she hadn't locked it.
Oh, okay, all right, sorry.
On the floor.
I'm not following anything today. Sorry, my fault. Okay. So she was just in a stool, taking a shit in the toilet.
Yeah, and now I'm in the middle of that, and it's completely accidental, and now I've got two terrified children. They look at each other with just massive eyes, and they don't know what to do. They freak out. I'm wondering where Dad is, and also kind of glad he's not there, because if Dad was there, it might look like I did it on purpose. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, the point is, they could have, like, said anything, but just because they were just terrified in that entire instance... Just couldn't.
That's the thing, when you're an adult, you just learn, even when it's uncomfortable, sometimes you've got to speak up.
Yeah.
Hey man, don't go to my sister.
I died, eh?
Don't you have that sixth... Because I find, like, I have sort of a sixth sense for when someone's in a stall.
I clearly don't.
You don't, yeah.
It's happened a lot to me, but, like, walking in on people.
Okay.
We don't want to, like, put people out, but, like, flatting, walking in on people, stroking one out, you know? I don't have that spidey sense to pick up on it, man.
Tangent,
Walked into some horror scenes before, eh?
Tangent, and I feel this is going to be a tangent-rich episode. You know, my biggest pet peeve is people who... And I guess I don't have a great sixth sense because this thing happens to me, so... But when people who decide, for whatever reason, first of all, they need to use the stool to take a standing-up piss, it doesn't make any sense. But people who go... Do you know what I mean? So they go to the stool...
Standing on...
Oh, just like they're not taking a shit... and a piss at the same time, and they're not one of those weird people who likes to sit down. So they're standing up and urinating like what at a urinal, but for whatever reason they're using a stool.
Ah.
You'd never seen that before?
No, I do that, though.
Okay. Well, yeah, maybe some people like privacy, which that's cool. I mean, I can't judge that. But some people... This happened to me multiple times. I've opened the door and someone's been doing that. It's like, why don't you lock behind when you're doing that?
Oh, see, that is weird. Okay, so they seek out the privacy, but they don't actually bother to lock
the door, yeah. And so you go, oh, okay, all right. I mean, better than if you were taking a shit, I guess, but it's annoying. Yeah. Dude.
No, I've walked in on that too, a lot actually.
Shitting?
Sometimes at like real small public toilets, you just end up whacking the guy in the back with the door. Oh. And he gets thrusted forward and then you just got a wheeze all over the back of the toilet there.
Yeah, well.
And they're not cleaned it up.
His fault.
Are you, because I feel like I'm a bit of a crusader in the toilet, to be honest. So often I'll go into one and there'll be someone in the line behind me. And so I know that they're going to be using it after me. And the guy before me has just left it. It's like a crime scene in there. There's just shit everywhere. So it's then on me to clean it up. Because if I leave it behind, the guy behind me he's going to pin it on me.
This is that's the
I'm constantly cleaning up after people in the toilets.
That's the most fucked up thing as well. Is what is with? I'm sure you've had this to happen. You walk into a public toilet. I mean, kind of what you're already talking about, I guess, but like even more so. Go into some public toilets, and not only have they not cleaned up or done like a bad job, but like sometimes shit is like smeared on the walls. Yeah. And you just wonder, who the fuck is doing... Yeah, like, I aimed for the toilet, and then it went out of my mouth.
Clearly, when they were kids... They didn't get trained properly.
Ah, there you go. Nice thinking it back. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to keep tangenting out because
Damn
the
it!
Story right I'm ruining your smooth thing. Maybe we should just name this the shit episode. Yeah. In more ways than one. But once in Sydney, right, this is the worst one I saw, or not necessarily the worst, but the most inexplicable one. Yeah. Is I went into a stall where there was a big, fat, full chud.
Just a big gorilla
just
finger.
Lying on the ground in front of the toilet. Like, the toilet was right there, and you didn't seemingly take it out of the toilet because it's all in one... Like, someone went into the stall...
Did it appear... had it been fondled with at all?
No. Well, it seemed. I mean,
Was it intact?
it seemed totally intact,
Okay,
unbroken,
because
one piece.
this is again, Orange is the New Black's getting another plug here. There's an episode where they have like a shower shitter. And then they're trying to work out why someone's shitting in the shower, and it's because their partner smuggles drugs into the prison. They swallow it, and then they shit it out in the shower because it's easier to fish through there than in the toilet. Mm-hmm. But this one was completely intact. This gorilla finger was untouched.
Right. So that
No, your
that...
one, the one.
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about.
My well, not
Okay.
my one, but the one in my story.
Oh, I see where this is. It was you all along.
Here's the other part of the story. That stool was not deserted. I saw someone coming out, which means, because he didn't look fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Which means he either did it, or he opened the stool, looked down, was like, and then went about his business, and then left and didn't mind. It was, the mystery of the full untouched shit.
And also, was there wheeze around this thing?
No.
Because how did they do that?
He
as
wasn't
well?
an animal, Tom. Come on.
No, but like, because when you take a shit, generally you do a little bit of wheeze as well.
Yeah.
How did he not get any of that on the floor? How did he get just the dry poo?
Maybe he went for the pee and then took the shit on the floor.
Oh man, see, because I've never been able to do that. I do both. If I'm doing the two, I'm also doing the one. I'm doing them both. But I have a friend.
Not every time.
Who really?
Not for me. Not every time. I get what you mean, but not 100%.
I have a friend who every now and then he'll hit the sauce way too hard, and just a big night on the lash, and then get blackout drunk, and then he'll wake up in the morning, and there will just be like a single turd somewhere, and it's always in places that it should not be.
He doesn't remember taking it.
He can't remember taking it. He's the weirdest one he's ever done. It was on his computer desktop. Not on the screen, but like the tower, the desktop tower, right on top of that, just like really nicely placed, no wheeze around it. So at some point in a blackout super, he's gotten up, squatted there, and then gone back to bed.
This sounds like a really good premise for like a Memento type movie, like whoosh, whoosh, go back, and you find out how he took the shit there.
Yeah, it's beyond me, eh?
Yeah.
This he's an enigma, this one, though.
And he doesn't even does he have a theory for why he keeps doing this?
No. No.
Is he a normal guy outside of this?
No.
No.
Really
He's
not.
the kind of guy who takes a shit on top of drawers and
Yeah,
stuff.
well, he's done it more than once, so.
Okay. Well, I guess he needed toilet training when he was a
child.
kid.
Oh, damn it!
Well, we got that segue of yours in the end. We brought it back. With kids, how are you around them? Are you a kid person?
I am. I love them. A lot of time, I would rather be around a human child than an adult child. If we're talking strangers,
yeah,
and if like you say like, this is going to sound pretty bad. This is out of context. This is going to sound terrible. But if I was in a situation where I was being locked in a room with a stranger for a weekend, I'd say a child over a human adult every time.
Okay, I'm the complete opposite. It's not that I don't like kids, but they make me feel uncomfortable. I never know how to talk to them.
Yeah.
And this is the thing.
But they don't know how to talk to you either. It's like you both don't know.
Right. So
that's what's great about it. Yeah.
And the thing is, right, you can't condescend them. You can't be like, "Hello, do you like?" It's at the same time,
I hate
though.
those voices. When I was a kid and people would do that to me, I'd just be like, "Ugh, that just makes me sick."
Yeah, but at the same time, though, you can't be like, "Are you following the presidential election?" I mean,
No, but they do like it when you treat them like adults.
Yeah.
Because they're confused all the time. They don't like just someone saying something confusing. That's not like novel for them. It's just like another part of their day.
So you reckon you can talk to them so long as you're happy to just kind of explain things to them when they need like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
and then also like you'll be surprised. Sometimes you throw something at a kid and they're going to know more about the subject than you.
Oh, right.
I've had that. Or maybe I'm just an idiot.
Kids.
Maybe I'm just real dumb.
Both possible.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I'm always afraid they're going to kick me in the balls.
Yeah.
Do you get that? You're just like walking around a store and some kids running around. You're like, right
at that level
exactly.
as well.
It's the height, and they're erratic too. So you don't know how much judgment they have.
Children are right at that level. They're just to bite your dick right off.
I wonder how often it happens. Just a random kid kicking some random balls.
Yeah. Oh, even like a jab. They'd be equipped for that because
even
on.
running into them by accident and kind of like elbowing your balls.
Oh, that would be bad. On that, do you ever worry that you're actually infertile and can't have kids?
I am not really like thinking about having kids at the moment. Or
not at the moment.
Or anywhere in the near future, so I guess I haven't had time to worry about it.
What's near future? What are we talking?
5
years, 10 years? If you're 27.
I'm thinking like 10 10, yeah.
So 37.
10 is when I was like, I'd start considering it, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
older than me.
I guess I would need to find a younger wife, too.
Yeah. You will need to.
When do you reckon as a kid, when do you think you stop becoming a child, at least at heart? When do you lose your innocence? If you had to pinpoint it to a kind of age.
Is this the general you, or are you talking about me specifically? When did I lose my innocence?
When do you reckon, let's do both. When do you reckon is the kind of the most standard, and when do you think it happened to you? Because I know everyone stops believing in Santa at different times, so that's sort of,
When you realise that girls also do poos.
Interesting.
Everything changed.
Then that means I lost my innocence as soon as I was familiar with the concept of pooing. I never thought that it was just a boy thing. Did your parents tell you that?
No.
No, you just assumed
I
they're
did.
nice and dainty and pretty.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's just like when you're in love with Hilary Duff.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching her every weekend on the Lizzie McGuire show. And just the thought that the camera stopped rolling, she gets a bit of a rumble in her tummy, and then goes and takes just a wet shit.
Yeah.
Just seemed impossible to me.
I think adults are still like that, though, right? Nobody likes to think of Jennifer Lawrence, glamorous Jennifer Lawrence having a big burrito one day and then just going home being like, Jennifer Lawrence.
Just says her name when she shits.
Exactly. That's how I imagine it, just pushing it out. Jen, you think. You think of Amy Schumer doing that, but you don't think of J-Law.
Yeah.
But you know what happens.
True.
You know as well that
See, so
she
I
goes
guess-
to those big Hollywood parties and does cocaine and champagne and shit, so
it's
she
bound
must do
to.
some amazing shits.
Yeah,
Just
dude.
watery and unrestrained, all over the place.
Damn it, man. I guess now it's less so that all women. Now it's just certain people that you think, nah, it can't happen. Surely not. There must be something else going on there.
Yeah.
Different breed altogether.
I think people generally lose their innocence as children much earlier than we think. I think we project a lot of cuteness and innocence onto them, but I think I had concepts of sort of people being bad and, kind of dirty subjects and stuff as well.
Yep.
And, really finding enjoyment in, like, saying bad words and stuff like that. I think I got that, 8 years old. I'd say late 7, 8 years old.
I think that's when it kind of started for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's because that was my first year. I was like, I was a naughty kid out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it was when I was 8.
And I don't think you think of it as yourself as a child either. You think of 5-year-olds as children.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird actually when you see an 8-year-old now and you go, fuck, they look so
What the fuck
like
are 8-year-olds up
children.
to?
Yeah, but
What the hell is an 8-year-old?
that was not my self-image as an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
The way they kind of look. So.
That's a weird age to be.
Yeah.
Really is.
It's when you're not that cute anymore. You're still a kid, but you're not no.
You got kind of gross t-shirts and
Yeah.
more often than not, they're not fitting you so well. Just some real nasty cargo shorts.
Yeah.
Some 3/4 pants.
And you really want to be a kind of teenager, I guess.
Ugh.
Yeah. You
8 years old can go to hell.
Shit age. I think I'll just, if I do have children, I think I'll probably just sell them when they get to 8.
Oh, fuck. Just get rid of them, eh?
Yeah.
Just ship them out.
How much is an 8-year-old worth on market? I'd Google it right now if I didn't think I'd get into trouble for it.
Probably quite a lot.
Yeah.
You could probably sell a kid for quite a lot.
Yeah, 20 grand.
To the right buyer.
Yeah.
Although maybe at 8 they're not worth as much.
Oh, you think they want them young?
Probably. And then you train them up. I don't know.
Well, maybe if you...
I don't know what the people who are buying kids are doing with them. So
Maybe when you...
I don't know how
when
much...
it's little and cute though, maybe you start teaching it instruments and stuff and make it a skill child, so when it's 8 it's got more market value.
A skill child.
Yeah. You can put on the page and it can also tap dance and...
I gotcha.
Yeah,
man.
Whether it's
Thinking
like a
about
trained...
packages.
It's like buying a trained pedigree dog, right? Except it's a child.
Yeah.
And a human.
When people adopt human babies, do they pay at all? Are they technically buying the child?
That's a good question. I feel like no generally, but it might vary situation to
What
situation.
about when they're like the celebrities, when they hire the shit, they don't hire them, do they? They when they get the kids from overseas.
Oh, I'm sure they're free. I mean, they can afford it, but we're talking about kids who are going to starve otherwise.
But then how does that work? Do they just Oh, they're just like
Because they need a home. There's too many kids and not enough people want to take them. So they're like, oh, thank you so much, Angelina Jolie.
Okay.
Thank you for taking that off my hands.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because I suppose if there was like a payment, then people would probably start like stealing the kids, huh?
Yeah, you know who I reckon pays? It's people who want a brand new child. They want a baby and like the experience of raising it, but they're like infertile. And then like a really good looking teenage couple get knocked up, and it's like, hey, got a baby we can't keep. You know, we're looking to get this baby that's going to have really good genes out in the market from day one.
Yeah.
And so that'll be a situation of high demand, low supply. So I bet they charge money for that.
Have you ever donated your sperm to a sperm bank?
No, I haven't. I don't like the idea of it out there. Yeah.
Just like in 30 years' time, you bump into a guy and you just like hit it off at a bus stop. And then
Or
you
a
realise that it's
girl,
like
and
actually
then,
your child.
you know...
That's happened before, huh?
It has to have.
Yeah.
Probably read that in the Daily Mirror or something, right? I had sex with my daughter and now we're in love.
Damn it.
Shit. This fucking episode. This is going to be one of the most controversial, kind of gross ones we've done, I think.
Well, kids are gross and messy. It's in the nature. They got bogies on their nose and yogurt on their collar. That's the other thing about being a kid. You're messy. But they don't always smell bad. Have you noticed that?
Kids,
I didn't
they
used
don't
to-
always smell
I
bad.
was like a grubby as kid, but I didn't smell bad.
Yeah.
Now I'm like cleaning every freaking day, having like sometimes more than one shower a day, and I still smell, man.
Did you have the kid in primary school who smelled like poo? I think everyone has one.
I had the kid that smelt like smeg.
Smeg? That's such a specific...
And it was like, he sort of did generally, but then whenever he opened up his backpack, it was hell. It just like, there may as well have been like cartoon stench lines above the thing. It was disgusting. We used to like go to manual in year 8 when you go to like do the metalwork and stuff. And so like everyone's confined on there, and then sometimes he'd just like open up his bag to like pull out like a wet pear or something to eat. And it would just reek, man. It smelled so bad.
Do you think it was because he had smeg, or do you think it was just some combination of like what you're talking about made
man.
the smell of smeg?
I have no idea what Waleed was up to, eh?
Because the boy who smelled like poo in my primary school, it was so much like poo. You're just like, are you just shitting your pants and walking around with them?
There was definitely shitters at my school.
He wasn't young though. We're talking...
I remember one kid that like, he used to just like had this habit of just like taking shits right under the fort where everyone played. It was like a cat like going to a litter box. Like he always had the exact same spot. And then one time we saw him and he had I felt bad, eh? He had like a spoon and he was like trying to get it out of his underwear, like just wasn't wearing any pants.
Oh man,
it was pretty heavy, eh?
Dude,
how do you bounce back from that? Because like I was at a full primary as well.
Bounce back from it. As soon as I was saying,
yeah, dude.
Carry on with my story.
Just continues eating his yogurt with the same spoon, just like because like at that point we're 7, right? But 5 years down the road, we're 12 and 13, and that kid's still there. We were there when he did that, you know? How do you bounce back from that? I mean, in fact, he didn't. He changed schools, to be honest. So.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why.
Yeah,
because I don't think you could if you're like, oh, you were poopy pants.
Yeah.
What are you up to now? Oh, I'm an investment banker.
Damn it. Because, I mean, I shat my pants a lot when I was a kid, but I just didn't do it at school.
Yeah.
Or not around people. I think I did it once at school, and then I just, like, flushed the undies down the toilet.
I don't think, actually, I really ever got unlucky with that. I don't think I ever accidentally shat myself.
I used to do this thing, I don't know why.
Pissed myself on a couple of occasions, but...
You've what?
Pissed myself on a couple of occasions.
I've certainly done that. I think I've actually shat myself more than I've pissed myself.
Huh. So much easier to piss yourself. When's the last time you pissed yourself?
If you've got one, if you know yours, say now, and I'll try to remember.
I'll start mine, because I think it's one of those things that can happen to adults more often than you'd think. I have 2 relatively recent ones that were within the last 4 years. You
mean really piss yourself, not just like a bit
proper,
of drill, but just like
proper.
Yeah.
The last one was only like a year ago, and it was, you know how you can keep you can keep it in for ages, blocks and blocks, even if you're really busting. But then when you run at the toilet, you're like, oh geez, like get off your pants. It's like when you see it, when you know it's close. Yeah, it's just like bam.
Yeah, dude.
Well, what happened to me, right, is I was at the point where I probably could have kept going blocks and blocks and blocks, but I was right at my door. And I put the key in, and then the key got jammed unexpectedly. So I went into relief mode, And then I was like, wait, no, I can't get the door. And then the kind of frightenedness and stuff meant it kept getting jammed and wouldn't. And then all of a sudden just, oh no. And before that, I got another funny one. This was like 4 or 5 years before that.
Yeah, dude.
So again, very much an adult. I had been drinking a bit.
Yep.
In this one.
That'll
and
help.
I had got on a train thinking I had time. And then I forgot how long it is between the second to last and last stop. And I just realized after it started leaving from the last stop, I was just like, hold on, I am way more busting than I thought. And so I started doing you can hear the kind of, started getting up, started pacing. And then when I realized I was like still 2 minutes from the end and it was over, what I did is I just sat down somewhere and just like inconspicuously, just like, just sitting on the train, reading the newspaper. Let's while I just fucking piss all over myself, and then and no one knew a thing, Tom.
That is amazing.
No one knew a thing.
That is how you do it, by the way, as well.
Yeah,
you don't stand up and look like drop your jaw and your eyes.
Yeah.
You sit down and just continue whatever the fuck you were doing before you realised you were busting and piss.
And so I walked out of the train station all the way home with my pants just drenched in urine.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Did you leave a puddle on the seat?
It was starting to appear, it wasn't too bad, so I managed to kind of get out of it.
Skinny jeans? They are the
No,
worst
not skinny.
to
They
piss
were
yourself
kind of
in,
like
'cause
my
they
current
just
is kind of
cling.
baggy, so it wasn't like you couldn't see all the water, and it was just I don't think anyone noticed.
That's how you get away with it.
It wasn't like a big puddle. It was just starting to drip a little.
And I remember mine. It's not technically me pissing myself, but it was me getting a lot of piss on myself.
Mm-hmm.
It was when had a urine screening a
Yep.
couple of weeks ago for the clinical trial that I was on.
Yep.
And you go and you do this the little routine. They give you these little saline wipes, and you wipe your little member, and then you do your wheeze. And just on the way out, just thought it was a push door, and it was a pool. So I had the cup of urine and just walked straight into the door, holding the cup, and then just all down the front.
Oh, your own urine too.
Yep, my own wheeze all over me.
Is that better or worse?
I would say, for me, probably better, because I drink a shitload of water, so generally my wheeze is quite clean. It doesn't smell
I'm
that
going to
bad.
say better as well. I think having
Yeah.
someone else's urine on you is a little...
Like a diabetic's wheeze would just be hellish, yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, it's not about what kind of wheeze it is. Although, I mean, that would still
That would
be a contributing factor there.
Yep.
Did you have any weird habits or mannerisms when you were a child?
Yep.
Yeah, what did you do?
Probably the one that I really regret doing was just whenever I really needed to go for a poo, I would just postpone that for as long as possible. And
Why?
I used to get in this crouch position where I'd kind of have my heel sealing my asshole shut.
Was this because you just didn't like going for a shit, so you tried to delay it? Or?
I have no idea why I did it. I used to do it all the time. And the real stupid thing is, I used to think I was getting away with it. I'd be kneeling down there and I'd be like, nobody knows what I'm doing down here. And then it would have been so obvious to Dad, because we'd be walking through town, just at a normal pace, and then all of a sudden I'd be like, just gotta do a little squat, Daddy. Just wait for me, eh? And then I
Your
don't know.
parents never corrected you? They never said,
They let me do it. They're very supportive.
it's not how you poo.
Pete
no?
Loaf and Kath, very
Yeah.
supportive folks. They always said, we don't care what you do, as long as you're doing your best while you're doing it. And by God, I was sealing in the shit. To the best of my abilities.
That could be your talent. You could go on and grow up and be a professional
Non-shitter?
non-shitter, yeah.
Yeah.
Just squeeze it in until it fucking goes all the way up.
That's got to be
into
bad
your
for a
belly
kid's bowels,
and-
eh?
Yeah, I imagine it wouldn't be great for you.
That can't have been healthy for me.
I mean, the reason you shit is because it needs to come out, right?
Yeah, dude.
So you're delaying.
It's like no one's shitting for fun. They got to do it. What about you? The hands? Any others?
Yeah, well, I had the flapping. I don't think I said that on air. I had these weird flapping hands. So whenever I get excited, I would do what I'm doing right now, which Tom can see, but you can't. But it's literally
You've washed your hands and you drain them.
That's a good way of explaining it. Yeah, you're drying your hands real fast too, and it was just when I was imagining something or getting excited. I didn't even know when it went away or why. I think I kept doing it quite late.
That is weird, eh? That's
Probably
like what a
up until
baby
8 or
duck
9.
does.
Huh?
That's like what a baby duck does.
Yeah.
It's like starts flapping when it's excited.
Well, apparently there's a word for it, like or a condition or something that I might have had. Because my friend has like a kid at the moment who will just like, when he's getting excited or whatever, just go and like lie down and like tense up or like rub his head against like his parents' like leg or something. Just weird, like he just tightens up and he has to go like just fucking press himself against the surface.
Oh, I should be laughing.
And like just does it intermittently, like really quickly, and then stops.
Man,
Yeah.
what about this? This could possible theory. Maybe when you're a little chilled, little tiny Matthew, and you're sitting down on the mat and everyone's singing "If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands." You misheard them and thought it was flap your hands.
Maybe.
Yes, sir.
Maybe.
I think I just cracked that case wide open.
There's no reward, unfortunately.
No, but there is.
Okay, we'll talk
Every
about
case closed is a case closed.
We'll talk about it after the show.
Ooh.
One thing that really brought me back to being a kid was when we had Susie Cato.
Yeah, dude.
Came in.
She is insane.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, I've
In
always...
a good way.
Yeah.
The very best way.
Well, I've always heard people talk about this as a quality and say, like, people have said like Ronald Reagan had it, or they talk about like good presenters or whatever having it.
Yeah.
And I never really, I mean, I kind of got it, but I never really thought about it or really got what that meant until like we were talking to Susie Cato, and I was also watching those old clips of her TV show.
Yep.
But the quality of they speak through the camera.
Yeah, dude.
It's so
directly
true.
to you, eh?
Yeah,
It feels like they're talking straight to your face.
Exactly. And I mean, so I think it's one of those things that is just not really teachable or learnable.
Yeah.
It's a quality that maybe you can sort of train to sort of bring it out of you, but if you don't kind of have it there, then you just don't.
How soothing are her tones, by the way?
Yeah.
Just when she was speaking. She could read out just like a description of a murder scene and make it sound lovely.
Yeah.
She really could.
And then he got the knife. He shoved it right through his face.
And that's through the eyeballs, kids.
Yeah.
She really could do that, eh?
And most people die when it goes through the eyeball.
We're all
Because the
gonna die.
eyeball's right in front of your brain.
She could do that.
Susie's horror.
Susie's
Susie's
fiends.
murder. So what?
There's, well, you see when she's in the room, we saw the dark side of Susie Cato.
Yeah, right.
What was the thing that she said that she does to her kids? That little lie she told them?
This is genius.
It's not always sunny in Susie's world.
She told them that the theme that the ice truck plays.
Yeah, the Mr. Whippy theme, green sleeves. She
Yeah.
said whenever that is playing, it means there's no ice cream.
They're out of ice cream. It's like an alert to let you know that.
This is what she told her children.
Yeah, so evil, but so genius.
That is
the
amazing.
smartest thing I've ever heard.
Yep.
I think they'd learned that wasn't true by then, though, right? Because they were like 12 or whatever.
They figured it out.
Yeah.
They figured it out. But for quite a while, she had an easy ride whenever Mr. Whippy was in the neighbourhood. I love Susie Cato.
She was great.
I'm in love with her.
Yeah, she's a good-looking old broad.
She's gorgeous as well, eh?
Yeah.
Really was. Just has not aged.
Yeah, or aged really well. Like she's like one of those people that you can't say they look worse now. They're just different.
How's she doing it, eh?
Yeah.
She's stealing, like, blood from kids. Drinking the kids' blood. There was a guy...
Maybe.
The serial killer...
Is that libelous?
Probably extremely.
Well, whatever. We'll just say she probably does it. Go on. Yep.
There's a... back to the serial killer I was talking about.
Yep.
From Bangkok. He used to do that. That's what it is. He was known for it. There's like in the Bangkok Medical Museum. I went there and they have like all this little like weird births in formaldehyde and like dead bodies and like hearts that have like suffered with cancer and stuff just preserved there. And they have this like one guy and it's like a shrunken head, but it's his entire body. But it's not a skeleton. Somehow they preserved him, so he's kind of like just like he's a big raisin man now. I can't remember his name, but what he used to do is go around and kidnap children. And eat their livers because he thought it'd make him immortal.
While they were living?
Yeah.
Wow. Where was he from?
He got like 10 kids, I think, before he got caught. Bangkok.
Yeah, child murderers. They're not nice people, man. I wouldn't hang out with them, to be honest.
No.
I would stay away. From them. Or children who murder. Bum, bum, bum. They're fucked up to read about. Look up Katie Bell if you ever get a chance to...
KD Bell or Katie Bell?
Katie Bell?
Katie Bell.
Yeah, she's fucked
Oh,
up.
such a sweet name as well.
I know too. And she was
Holy
and
shit.
you just read about that and you're like, well, yeah, obviously she was a child, so you can't put her in life of prison. But anyone who ever did that, I don't want them being out. But
How many people did she murder?
like 2 or 3,
Whoa!
and it was other kids too. And
God.
she would like go over to their parents' house and be like, "Oh, where's Jimmy?" It's like, "He's dead." And she'd like have this weird look on her face, like, "Yeah."
Have they made a movie about this person?
Probably like a shitty Lifetime movie or something, not like a proper cinematic one. I'm sure there's something out there.
There would have to be, right?
Yeah, but she's out and about because like she was a little girl when she did it, so they could just send her to like a disturbed children's home. But then, like, you know, once she's 18, they just had to go. Well, I mean, yeah, it's
Holy
like
shit.
the law. That's something to know, kids. You're above the law when you're a child. They can't. You can do anything, and
Get
they
away
can't.
with it now.
And they can't keep you. They can't keep you locked up.
And
Like
we
the
have
kids who
a-
killed Jim Bolger. Do you know about that case? Because you're probably a bit too young to remember. No,
Prime Minister.
no. I don't know if there's
Didn't
Jim-
we have a Prime Minister called Jim Bolger?
there's I don't know, but there's also James Bolger is a Boston is
kids
Boston
kill
criminal
them.
too. But there's still James Bolger.
Holy shit.
These two kids. He was like this little child, like a toddler, and these like other kids, these two kids who were like 8 or whatever, picked him up in a mall, like just when his like mother was like distracted for a moment, and they fucking brutally murdered him. Just took him out of the train tracks and like mutilated him and threw him on the train tracks. That was
Jimmy.
fucked up.
Jimmy.
And there was this huge. It's something Bolger. It might be Jim Bolger. But the Prime Minister, I mean. But like
I've never thought of this, by the way. Like
What?
like children murdering
who
people.
are just evil. Yeah, like evil children.
Holy shit.
And again, they were too young to really go away for life, so there was public outcry because it
I
was
feel like
such
I'm finding out that girl's poo all over again.
Yeah. Some children are evil, man.
Fuck.
And there was public outcry in Britain too because people again had the reaction where they're like, "No, this is a fucked up crime." It doesn't matter how young they were; like they're never going to be like fit to be out in public. But the law is the law, man, and there's just a cutoff point where you're not liable for adult crimes. So they served like 10 years and then like 25 or whatever.
That's what there's you see those over in Rio. There's like little it's called Faganism, where they're like. Gangs are getting kids to do crimes because they know that if they get caught, they're just going to get like a slap on the wrist, like doing like pickpocketing and stuff. A lot of that going over in Brazil, in Barcelona,
And those African
in
countries.
South America. I don't know. I have no idea.
There's African countries too. They've got like child soldiers and shit as well.
Yeah.
I don't think that's even so they can get away with it. It's just like, well, you know, more people, whatever. We don't care. Put a gun on him. He can shoot.
I had a very, very lucky childhood. Safe home to go home to. No,
me too.
Very little turbulence, eh?
Loving parents.
Man, that's insane. And I used to think, like, when I was little, I used to think that was the norm, but
here's the other fucked up
there's
thing.
these kid armies and kid murderers and shit.
The other fucked up thing, though, is that doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're not going to have an evil child. Just being it's not.
Yeah,
some
I
of it's
know.
nature, some of it's nurture, but sometimes
Yeah.
they're just an evil fucking seed. He's got that recessive evil gene that's somewhere deep in your family past. He just gets it. He likes pain. He
Yeah.
doesn't feel for people. You know, you can't avoid it, man.
Do you feel like there's something in that with names? Like if you name your kid,
Damien.
if you name your kid Damien, do you think you're just asking for it?
Nah, not really.
Have you ever met a nice Damien? I've known one, and this kid was pale as all hell. He had these dead shark eyes.
he
and
looked exactly like a Damien.
White hair that would just he looked like ugh.
I don't know nice Damiens.
he was terrifying.
I've met nice Damiens before, yeah, sure.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Man.
Damo, man. Maybe it's more
Oh,
common
if
in
they
Australia.
become Damo. Oh, Damo,
It's
mate.
the name, man. It's
If
just a
Damo
nickname.
knows how to chuck beers.
Yeah.
Like,
So
if
you
they're
can-
Damo, then certainly.
So
But
you can
just,
be a Damien, but so long as you're a Damo as well.
Yeah.
As long as you call yourself Damo, it's
yeah,
okay.
if you're just a straight ice cold Damien, stay away, eh?
Well, you know that prejudice that you have there, Tom, actually put 3 kids in jail wrongly, almost certainly wrongly, in Memphis.
The name thing.
The West Memphis 3.
The Damien thing.
Not really, but I'll explain.
Okay.
These guys, these 3 kids got really badly murdered in West Memphis.
Oh God.
It's just it's doing
It's a heavy episode, eh?
This episode's going to be called Kids/Murder.
Oh.
Kids/Murder. Yeah, brutal murders of some kids out in West Memphis. And
just pick up at that, eh?
and because
brutal murder of some children.
and it's out in West Memphis in the south, right?
Yep.
And basically, there were these 3 kind of older kids. You know, like I say kids, they're like 17, 18.
Fuck. Yep.
And
The South, sort of Mean Creek.
they like middle and kind of they're slightly weird. And one kid's named Damien, and he wears all black and has dyed black hair.
Mhm.
And they basically arrested these three just because of that.
His name?
They were sort of like, because of the way they dressed, the music they listened to, and because they were somewhat in the sort of within approximate distance of where the murders happened, but not like blood on their hands kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nothing heavy.
They just seem like ruffians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just like railroaded them, and they all spent like 25 years in prison until like physical DNA evidence pretty much cleared them. And it's probably like one of the parents, but they haven't really ever officially locked the case. But the fucked up thing is, right?
One of the parents of the kids that were arrested.
No, of the kids that were murdered.
Oh shit.
The funny thing is, though, right, with this one, they sort of had the evidence sort of came out like 15 years before they were released. But the authorities were just really stubborn about it. They're like, no, we didn't fuck up, no. And so just let them rot.
Damien, just rotting away.
Yeah, even though they were like celebrities and shit, like, and people marching and like really riled up about it, the authorities were just fucking stubborn until eventually, after they pushed and they pushed and they pushed and they pushed, they eventually, and this is the really weird thing, they pleaded guilty but innocent at the same time. So they said, like,
What do you mean? How do you do that?
I know, right? But there's this weird fucking law in America where basically they bargained it so as that the officials kind of officially on paper saved face.
Yeah.
Is that they basically stood up and said, okay, I am attesting that I am innocent and I didn't do these crimes, but I am pleading guilty to get out of jail. And then they all got up and individually said that.
I am
variations of that.
Not guilty.
I did absolutely not do it, but I plead guilty. And they all basically said variations of that. And then the judge is just like, yep, okay, free.
That is insane.
Yeah, weird.
That is real fucked up.
They got like time served, basically.
Do you think that girl was
murdering 3 children?
I'm going to Gloriavale this weekend.
Yeah.
Do you think that girl was murdered there, or do you think she actually died?
I don't know the case, and also some of our listeners might not be New Zealanders, so maybe you can educate them. What happened?
There's Gloriavale, little cult.
I'm going to be judge here, by the way.
Or sect. Yep. Some say sect. I would say cult. On the west coast of New Zealand. It's run by a sex offender. Charged sex offender. He runs the whole thing, and they have like a self-sustainable area. They
Stop for a second.
Mm-hmm.
How ironclad is the evidence he's a sex offender, like that he did it? Definite?
It was, convicted. He did time and now he's out.
Okay.
And now he runs this little farm called Gloriavale, and they have a little community there. They're of Christian faith. They have what's some things that they do? Like they have the wedding process is completely different there. Like the women don't choose who they marry; they kind of just get chosen by the fellas.
Arranged marriage.
They just hang out, and then like eventually a guy just says like, "I want her."
But there are entire countries who do that.
Yep.
So
and they invite the public there every now and then. And so I'm going this weekend to what they put on a meal. They do a show for you. But aside from that, a little while ago, there was a girl who died there. And what they do is whenever someone's sick in Gloriavale, even if they just get the common cold, they put them in these isolation rooms. But the isolation rooms have no door handles on the inside. So once you're in there until somebody lets you out. Mm-hmm. And what happened was this girl, she also had Down syndrome, this girl. Her parents put her in there because she's sick, and they're like, we don't want the rest of the tribe or village or whatever they say.
We don't want them to catch Down syndrome, yep.
The common cold. And they put her in there. And then she was just choked and died because there's no one around. And she couldn't get out. She just couldn't get for help.
There was no air coming in?
No, well, that's the thing, because there was a window there that you could climb in and out of. So really, but there was no sign that she had tried to get out of there. So it's a little bit shady, that one.
No bruises, no marks, or is that not? Is it an ongoing trial?
I don't know about that. I think there is some people still like sniffing around there because it doesn't like seem completely settled. But the way it is, it's been settled that she died from choking. It was kind of a natural causes or choking, and it's kind of been left at that.
So what's the status? Is someone being charged? Or
Not as of yet.
Oh, so pending maybe could happen.
But who knows? When I go to Gloriavale, maybe I'll trip up on something. It's the piece of evidence that everybody's been looking for.
Even if she wasn't murdered, though, it sounds like an easy manslaughter.
Mm.
Like, you obviously endangered this child.
Yeah, I know.
I don't see how you could argue otherwise.
I know.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, it is that time of the week. Lightning round.
Look at his power.
It's your turn to go first, Tom. You can quiz me first.
All right, let's hit it. Lightning round. We just finish out this way because it's got a bit of energy. It's a nice way to wrap it up.
Yep.
So,
All right. Well,
on the theme of children, Matthew, you ready?
Yep.
Are you sure you're ready?
Yeah, go.
Are you really sure you're ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You really want me to do this?
Go.
Because I don't have to do this.
Go.
Okay. Name of your future firstborn child.
Boy or girl?
Doesn't matter.
Charlie.
Nice. Favorite kid show.
Darkwing Duck.
Ooh, it was the Ducks. Would you rather eat a kid or have to raise 8 kids?
Eat a kid or have to raise 8 kids? I would. Do I have to kill the child?
Nah, the kid's dead.
Eat him.
Okay. Hey, oh. Who would you rather be raised by? Matilda's Mr. and Mrs. Wormwood, i.e. Rhea Perlman and Danny DeVito.
Yep.
Or Jack and Wendy Torrance, played by Shelley Duvall and Jack Nicholson in The Shining. Whose parents would you rather be raised by? Which set?
Matilda's, because they're stupid, they're easy to fool, whatever. Like, you can get away from them. Just get Miss Honey to adopt you.
Without magic, can you do that?
Look, I can still become an adult and then move out of house.
Yeah.
They're not going to fucking kill me with an axe. Easy one.
That's all.
Tom, It is the lightning round. Can you survive? You're 7 for a day. What do you do?
What?
You're 7 years old for a day. What do you do?
Just not turn 8, because as we established earlier, it's a shit age.
Just run around. Okay. Tom, a 7-year-old has stolen your iPod. He refuses to give it back, and his parents are not around. What do you do to get it back?
Oh, just like little Chinese burn.
What?
Little Chinese.
Oh, you Indian burn him.
You probably can't say that anymore.
Indian burn.
Chinese burn.
Oh, is that what? Yeah, it was a Chinese burn, wasn't it? No, that's
What's
fine.
an
You can say
Indian
that. You can
burn?
say that. It's fine. It's fine. Tom,
Yep.
you can never, ever, ever have a kid unless
Fuck you.
there's a way out. Unless you're the one who gives birth to him through your penis. Do you do it?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, you take it.
dude.
All right. Tom, gun to your head. You have to have sex with a child. Who do you choose?
No! You can't do this! This will be the end of me. No, I'm not. I can't do that. No.
Bang, you did, Tom.
I would take the bullet over banging a child.
Right answer. I just wanted to see if you'd learned from your mistake from a couple of weeks
the
ago.
lamb episode.
Yeah. All right, no, that's the right answer. That was the right answer.
Oh my god. And on that, man, I think the lightning round's just like, that's where we're going to get all our things to apologise for every week, eh?
Well, I don't apologise for that.
It's just so
we got away
like-
clean for that one.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess I might have to apologise for asking the question.
Feeling a little bit ill about Chinese burn. Casting brought the podcast. It's your favourite show. Last week we did inventions. This week we did kids.
With Matt and Tom. With Tom and Matt.
Well, it feels weird ending them, eh?
Yeah, how do you think that'll turn out? I mean, that was weak in parts, but I think there's maybe enough strong stuff there.
I reckon it's pretty shit.